What's up, you SEO legends? Welcome back to another video and welcome to my new little studio, guys. Also, check out this new professional mic, guys. I'm hoping the audio is going to sound a little better in this video. We're going to be adding a few more things to this little studio and making it look a little nicer. But anyway, guys, let's get into the video. All right, guys, let's talk about SEO strategies. So this video is for those of you that have a brand new website, or you're just starting out in SEO, or you simply want to know what a complete SEO strategy looks like. So there's 4 main steps to a successful SEO strategy. And even though I don't consider the first 2 real parts of the SEO strategy, they're still extremely essential. So the first part, step 1 of every SEO strategy, and this is important if you've hired someone to do SEO on your website, is we need to do an SEO audit. I do have a complete video where I break down exactly how to do an SEO audit and what you should expect if you're hiring someone to do it for you, which you can find right here, or you can check it out in the description of this video. But the main thing here is we want to know where our website is in terms of SEO health. So this is where we're gonna find those initial technical errors or any glaring on-page mistakes. There isn't much strategy to step 1, right, to performing this SEO audit, just because we just wanna go through and make sure that we're checking off all those boxes. We want to make sure that our website is in the best health conditions so it can properly perform online. So yeah, guys, that's step 1. And step 2 is closely tied, which is having a really solid on-page SEO base. So yeah, I also recently made an on-page SEO checklist where you guys can go through step by step and make sure that your on-page is perfect. You guys can also find that in the description or up here. So I'd also argue that this isn't really part of our SEO strategy. We're honestly just looking to check off some of those boxes, right? We want to make sure that all the right things are in the right places. We want to make sure we have optimized URLs, meta descriptions and titles, headings, schema, all that type of stuff, right? So definitely recommend checking out that video as well. But the main thing here is we're mostly going to do a lot of on-page fixes at the start, and there's going to be some minor improvements as our website grows. There isn't going to be much strategy to step 2 to making sure that our on-page is ready to go. But now that we've done the SEO audit, now that we have our on-page ready to go, we have a proper system for when we publish new content, things are properly structured, and we know exactly what we're going to do. Now is when we get to the 2 main core parts of our SEO strategy. The first part that I want to talk about is link building. I want to share a couple new tricks and strategies that I've been playing around with. One is affiliates and the other is discounts. I'm going to cover that in just a second, but I quickly want to dive into link building for those of you that aren't really sure what link building is. So for those of you that don't know, link building is, in a very simplistic view, a system of votes that Google uses to determine whether a website has authority or not in a specific niche. So if that doesn't make any sense, let me just show you what a link looks like on a real page, right? So what we are looking for, I just have this example right now, the 12 best natural organic soaps. And if we scroll down, we're gonna see that this right here, so fresh eucalyptus beauty bar, if I click into it, it's gonna open up to a brand new page, right? A totally different page on a different website. This link is giving this new website, so Tom's of Maine, it's passing over some authority from this initial website, right? From public goods. We basically want to get as many high quality and relevant links to our website. That's going to help Google understand that we have high authority and that we should be ranking for relevant keywords. Now, guys, I've made a bunch of link building videos. I'm going to add my link building playlist as well to the description so you guys can check that out. But the main thing here is that we need a strategy to bring us continuous links. Again, I recommend that you guys check out that playlist that I'm going to add to the description of this video. A lot of different strategies and tips and tricks that I talk about. I do want to quickly talk about these 2 new strategies that I've been working with. And before I get into those, I just want to talk about the psychology of link building, right? So we're basically looking for a website that most likely has never heard of us to post a link back to our website, hopefully in their content, right? So how can we do that? The main problem here is that because link building has become quite mainstream over the years, a lot of people are now asking for money, and we all know what I think about paying for links. I'm usually against those links, except for very, very specific circumstances, a very high quality link that you can't get any other way. But for most of the time, I always say no to paying for links. But this is where it's interesting to work with these 2 new strategies, right? So working with affiliate programs and working with discounts. So let's think about what an affiliate program is. We're basically incentivizing someone to sell things for us, and they get a cut, they get a commission of that revenue, of that sale, right? And so an affiliate program is actually a phenomenal way of getting people to link out to you, right? Because what we're doing here is we're basically giving people a URL with their own specific code, and they're going to be incentivized to share that URL as much as possible on a variety of platforms, but mostly on their website. So I've seen some phenomenal results with affiliate programs. If you have a SaaS or an online service or even an e-commerce, I really recommend you guys look into affiliate programs. It can be a great way of getting new high quality links. Because the second thing here, we also need to think about the type of link that's going to come in when we have that affiliate program, right? The people that we're going to contact to join our affiliate program are people that share the same target audience that we're interested in looking at, right? So that link is going to be high quality, it's going to be very relevant, and they're going to most likely add it for free because it's a win-win for both people, right? It's a phenomenal little trick to get a bunch of backlinks back to your website. And a second quick way that I've been working with is discounts. So it's quite similar to affiliates. What we want to do here is we just want to think about that audience that we're trying to target. And then we want to think about, are there any communities or online spaces that we can offer a discount to, right? So let's say that I'm selling keto supplements, for example. I'm now going to go out and find online keto communities and give them, let's say, a 15, 20, 30% discount for the users of that specific community. But how are people going to access that link? We're going to try and get that community to post that link directly on their website. So a lot of communities have this, right? They have those resources where they'll post it directly publicly on their website. And that's a really easy link to get. We're just giving a discounted product to a very relevant community of people, right? So both of those ways have been working quite well for me recently, amongst a bunch of other ways that we do link building, which you guys can find in that playlist down there. So the thing about links is that there should always be a link building strategy running, right? And this is especially important once we start publishing more and more content. So we always want to be leveraging great internal linking. That's always important, right? We want to pass that authority from a page that has a lot of authority to those new pages that don't have as much. But link building is an essential pillar of all SEO strategies, and we're going to keep building links as naturally as possible for the foreseeable future. So we definitely want to keep that in mind. Now guys, let's talk about the largest and probably the most important section of all SEO strategies, and that's content, right? Content is the main building block of any successful SEO strategy. We want our content to be the absolute superstar of our SEO strategy. So now let's say that we have a brand new website, right? So where do we start? What type of content do we start producing? There's two main types of content that we want to produce, whether we're at the start or whether our website is already successful, right? So we want to have content that's targeting high intent and content that's targeting low intent keywords, right? So high intent keywords are those keywords that are closer to that customer's purchase, right? So we're looking at keywords that are transactional and that are commercial. So that user's either ready to buy or they're comparing different products, services, prices, but they're basically ready and interested in going through with that purchase, right? So that's where we're going to start because those are going to be the most important pages that we build. That's going to be the content that we produce that's going to have the greatest ROI. So let me give you guys an example. We're going to use an e-commerce example, but this also applies to any other type of online business or any website, right? So let's say I'm selling organic soap, right? So I basically want to be creating all the different pages, category pages, subcategory pages, and product pages of organic soap, obviously making sure that they're properly organized. But now there's another question, right? So how do I know which keywords to include on the page? And if we're starting at level 0 and we don't really know what keywords we're including on that page, there's two main ways that I like to do it. So I like to use an SEO tool called Ahrefs or Ahrefs, whatever you want to call it, but there's a bunch of them. There's SEMrush, there's Ubersuggest, amongst many others. So let's head over to Ahrefs and I'm going to show you guys how I do this specifically. What we want to do is we know what product we're selling. We have an idea of what that keyword could be, but we don't actually know if that keyword has traffic, right? So what we want to start with is we just want to put in that main keyword, that idea that we could have, and just plug it into Ahrefs. Ahrefs is then going to tell us a bunch of really interesting data. So I'm going to type in organic soap. That's what I know my website is selling, and that's what I think that main keyword is going to be, right? So let me just search that up. We're going to get a lot of data. It might look a little scary. I do have a bunch of videos on how to do keyword research. I'll also add that to the description, but let's just take a quick scroll all the way down. So we're going to see a bunch of different things. We're not only going to see our competitors, right? So who's ranking for the specific keyword, but we basically want to take a look at the top keywords, right? We want to take a look at these two columns right here, right? So we can see that this specific keyword, organic soap, has a volume of 3.4 thousand. That's the one I just added to Ahrefs right now. But then right under it, we have natural soap. And natural soap has 5.8 thousand monthly searches, right? So this might be a better alternative for that main keyword for this specific page. And we have another variation, all natural soap, best natural soap, soap websites that might not be super relevant, organic handmade soap. So this might be as subcategory. Right now we're getting different ideas for how we're going to build that website. Natural soap for women, that could also be another subcategory, a different category. So it's going to be really helpful just to see more or less what that keyword looks like, right? Another thing that we can do is we can click into keyword ideas, view all of them, and now we're going to have a huge collection of keywords with a bunch of different data. I know this looks a little scary if you're looking at this for the first time, but it honestly isn't as scary as it looks, right? So organic soap for men, organic soap ingredients, turmeric soap, body soap, so on and so forth, right? Now we've gotten a bunch of different ideas. We're starting to build out all those different keywords, all those different pages, all that different content that we can be creating for our e-commerce. We do the exact same if we had a SaaS, if we had a specific product, we type in that main keyword and then we'd work from there, right? These tools work really well to help us generate those types of ideas. A second way that we can find those initial high intent keywords is if I go back to the specific keyword, I want to take a look at my competitors. So one of the great things about these tools is we can actually see all the work that our competitors have done for us, right? A lot of our competitors have probably been around for a while. They've already invested all that money into SEO projects, and we can just see exactly what they're doing and take some serious inspiration from that, right? So I'm just going to take this guy right here, Rocky Mountain Soap. Actually have it open right here, and we're just basically taking a look at the overview of the domain. So if you guys have never seen this before, it might look a little scary, but the main thing we're looking for here is this organic traffic, right? So monthly, they're getting an approximate figure of around 35,000 monthly organic clicks, right? So that's a decent amount for someone in this specific niche. And what we want to do now is we want to open up top pages and organic keywords. These are two separate pages. So if you open up top pages, we're going to see that there's a variety of different pages, different ideas that we can take. Their main page, it's getting around 3,000 organic traffic. It's that natural soap, right? They're ranking #1, so that's bringing a lot of really high quality traffic. Then we get a bunch of different blog ideas. We're going to talk about that just now. Natural bar of soap, so handmade bar soap, that's another keyword we're looking at. Shave bars, this might be getting a little bit out of our topic, but it's good just to analyze that competitor and see what type of pages they've built and what type of keywords they're targeting. A second thing we want to take a look at is, again, that organic keywords page, right? What keywords are they ranking for and how competitive are they? So again, that first one we're looking at, so natural soap, Rocky Mountain Soap Company, so I think that's just the brand. Handmade soap, they've just gone up a bunch. Natural soaps, organic soap bars, natural soap companies. So again, we're getting a lot of different ideas, different pages that we could be building. And this is where we can also take the time just to go in, click on that website and see how they've built that website, right? We can get some ideas from there, see what the structure of that website looks like. It's very important for e-commerce pages, but also extremely important for any other website, right? We want to have very clear, very structured architecture to our website. So that's high intent, right? Those are going to be the most important pages we built because those are going to be the pages that are going to convert our users into paying customers. We want to get those out of the way, and then we want to start creating a serious strategy for long-term content production, right? So that content production is most likely going to revolve around low intent keywords. And these are keywords for users that are browsing with an informational or a navigational intent. So they're not really ready to buy. They're just looking to answer a bunch of different questions related to that product that you might be offering, right? So most of this content is going to go straight to our blog. We want to fill it up with as much high quality, relevant content as possible to help the user see that we're a great resource and that we can answer all those questions. We can help them in their journey, help them find exactly what they need, but always redirect them back to a section of our website where they can convert and they can buy products, right? That's what very powerful and very high quality blogs do. So a great start for finding low intent keywords, as you guys saw before. We can take a look at our competitors, some of those top pages, and they're most likely going to have a blog that's already full of low intent keywords. But another thing we can do is once we've added that main keyword and we've found what's that main keyword that we're targeting for that page, if we go into matching terms and then we hit questions, we're going to see that there's going to be a bunch of different questions that we can target with our blog, right? For those low intent keywords. So how to make organic soap. Perhaps we could write a blog about how to make organic soap, but then at the end we can be like, hey guys, why make it at home when you can buy it from us? Quick call to action. No idea. That's just an idea, right? A lot of different options here, and it's a great place to start. right? So again, we can use Ahrefs, we can check our competitors. Now we have a bit of an idea of where we're going with those two very important different types of content, right? So this is where most of the work of that SEO strategy is going to come in. We need to have a continuous flow of highly optimized content that's going on our blog. That blog is targeting low intent keywords. Those keywords are basically bringing people into the website and we're converting them into paying users. That's the main idea. And while we're doing all of that, we've already tackled that SEO audit. We know that we have great on-page. We're also working on a link building strategy and system that's bringing us continuous links to all these new pages. And all of that is making us rank higher and higher, get more traffic. And that's how we have a successful SEO strategy. In my next video, which I'll be adding right here, I'm going to be talking about how to create high quality content, some guidelines and best practices. So you guys definitely don't want to miss that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.